This is a continuation. So what I was saying in part one is when a leprechaun is around, they will put an enchantment, they will put a spell over a child or a woman or whomever so that they can steal their gold. Okay, they like shiny things. And goblins have stolen children. Oh, also, yeah, they're telling me that you know that story. They really don't print these stories anymore. But the Billy Goat Gruff, that's a goblin that was under that bridge. That, yeah, goblins have been known to steal children, and be cannibalistic. Um, yeah, and by putting up boundaries and banishing them, it was the right thing to do. But but the goblins were very angry with the jinns and the other spirits that were harassing the other fairies. And in the last segment of the war, the goblins joined our side. I was like, what are they doing here? And they're like, yeah, it's cool, it's cool. Just, but yeah, so shout out to the goblins. The goblins, yeah, they just want to hunt, they're the hunters. And so now they will go after those jinns um that were harassing their kin. Um but so a jinn is a demonic spirit. And no, it's not a spirit. It's no, a jinn is a trickster demon. In the Yoruba, you have Eshu. People go to the crossroads. Papa Legba is a little bit different. Papa Legba, Eshu, are a little bit different, but they're they're like Rumpelstilts. What is it, Rumpelstiltskin? But very sinister. And they want you send a jinn to someone when it will definitely kill that person because it will take over their vessel, which is your body, okay, your physical body. And someone sent more than one jinn to my physical house. Archangel Michael protects my physical vessel, my house, my body's your body's your house, and then my home. Yes, my physical home. And actually, even recently, people have been sending jinns and death, and spirit has shown me when it the glass they can't enter anyway, but it hits the glass. I don't see it, but I can hear it. I'm like, oh, they're up to their all their nonsense. But yeah, somebody sent more than one jinn to kill me. And not only that, that is a spiritual crime that is a no-no. And on top of that, they also sent um, people who were unhealed, and they joined gangs and different things when they're alive again that they could utilize, but to harass me, to scare me. Somebody wanted me to go crazy, to go to an asylum, and to scare me to death. I was raised by demons. Why would demons scare me? What the hello? But yeah, the evil spirits, whatever, before the jinn or in between the jinn, they would alternate. They would open and close a door. The door. They only did it to my room, and they would, and I could feel them, and unbeknownst to them, it was all part of God's plan. A lot of these spirits were abused as children. That's why, I mean, honey, no offense, but if you join a gang, you're hurt. You're in a hurt place, love. Yeah, baby, you're in a hurt place. And so I My spiritual power. Anyway, I have power over them, and I told them don't slam my door. Not another time. I can't see them, but I know they're there. And I actually start. Of course you would. I started parenting these spirits. You understand? I help them heal their mommy wound, whatever wounds they have. I can communicate with spirits, and I actually help some of them heal to the point where they can no longer be used by these nasty people in the church and in all these secret societies and Eastern stars and whatnot. And a couple of them came by and and they said thank you. I mean, you could feel the likeness, you know. And some of them just stayed where they are, you know. Um, and others are continuing to heal. And my mediumship abilities, there's a reason God made me both. Okay? I can hear the dead, and I can also talk to the dead. Okay? And as a psychic, I could also, I don't ever, let me tell you something. I don't ever tap into anyone's, okay, some of the abilities that I have, Professor Xavier, he needs Cerebro. I don't need Cerebro. Okay? All right. And I just want to say this. I, as an adult, when I look at X-Men, Professor Xavier was a bit creepy to me. And, you know, he and the same thing happened to me when people, and governments and stuff, and that's why they tag me. I'm not an elephant to tag. And the rest of my sisters and brothers, okay? We're not elephants. So, Jean was a one of a kind. It happened. She's an enigma, okay? And Professor Xavier, it scared him when he saw just some of the depth of her powers. And in a way, it's true because as a teenager, had he not put something there, she could get mad and she could wipe out half of the world, unbeknownst to her, right? But at some point, at 17, he should have sat her down and said, baby, you have to let her go. Yes, you did it to protect her and the world when she was a certain age, but she's an adult now. And whom are you protecting? I feel he was a bit jealous of her power, and he was a bit sexist as well. If Jean was a male, if Scott had Jean's powers, I feel wholeheartedly he would have approached his managing of her differently. I'm not saying he was a molester, no, nothing like that, but Jean, he wanted some of her cerebral powers. And I honestly think that he used some of Jean's power to create Cerebro because honestly, they said Magnus, who is Magneto. Magneto does not have the capacity to do that. But not just me. Not just me. I know Stan Lee was saying it's not that deep. Yes, it is. When you don't give somebody credit and you siphon their shit, yes, it is. Okay, so I was able to communicate and assist some spirits, some lost souls. That's one thing. Yay. And then the jinn. Yeah, my ancestors. Oh, yeah, the jinn wasn't able to come into my house because Archangel Michael and my ancestors took care of that. But had the jinn come in, I wouldn't be here today because they sent. Somebody sold their soul. You hear what I'm telling you? They sold their soul. First of all, now that person who's dying right now, they realize they sold their soul, the jinn that they worked with, because this person doesn't have a lot of negotiation power, okay? So they worked with some demons, and they were only able to work with this one, but that one's pretty nasty. And the demon was never going to give you, they realize now, the demon was never going to give you what you wanted. And they would have taken my psychic and my mediumship, um, and I have other things. And they, somebody wanted my ability to see, my ability to do other things. Why would a demon give it to you when they could obtain it for themselves? It's like you think that the demon will just give you the power of the Holy Grail. Um, no, baby. It doesn't work. It doesn't work like that. Okay, my love. And so this person is realizing that they still don't think that they're insanely jealous. They just think that had they used a different demon, I would be dead, they would have my powers, and the guy they want that's in the secret society would have chosen them to be the head witch and everything would be gravy. Wow. This person will, if God allows them, will have to reincarnate many, many times, honey, because that girl she just don't get, poor thing, she just don't get it. This is a blue, this is a blue quartz. This is a red jasper. Oh, I don't know. This is, oh, no, this is a garnet, red garnet, and then this is the red quartz. They all foster amore. Somebody's in love. When I do share some of the things that I've been through, people are like, you ain't scared? I'm like, honestly, fear and doubt are tools of the devil. And I was illegally placed in the MK Ultra program, and people have effed with my mind as a means to suppress my powers and to also implant their own wishes into my brain unsuccessfully. And when they couldn't control me, the handlers where I was placed in the Caribbean would often tell people that I was crazy. Yeah, she crazy. Yeah, sure. And they were jealous of my high IQ. I was supposed to graduate high school at 14, but socially you shouldn't. And I totally agree with this. They did it out of jealousy, but what 13-year-old girl needs to be with 17 and 18-year-old boys? None. Cause they're nasty. So that was good. I tested out of 2 grades. Actually 3. They're like, we can't put an 11-year-old in high school. They were so mad when I took the test, and they were like, do you see these scores? Guess who was valedictorian of their 8th grade class? Mate! With ease. With ease. Okay, listen. I mean, so that's like saying you don't want Usain Bolt to run. Don't get mad. I didn't realize how tall he was. I'm like, and then I love track and field. And you know what? He was so disrespectful that, some of his videos, some of the races, he was so far ahead, he would look back like, where are these guys? Honey, just go ahead and do your victory lap. They'll catch you. Oh, I know they used to make him, he used to make them mad and mad and mad and mad and mad. Okay. Oh, I also want to address really quickly, because I can hear your thoughts, some of y'all. Somebody said, well, how, because I posted yesterday, yes, I post Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays. And the Most High God said, Mermaid, I need you to put this message out right now. I'm like, but I'm like, Mermaid, yeah. I would really appreciate it. I would really appreciate if you would do this. Well, if you put it nicely. And so I'm referring to the, crime post about what's going on, the heinous behaviors going on by medical professionals at a San Francisco hospital there. And someone says, well, she probably looks up people's names in a hospital. And I could hear somebody saying, how does she know? She's probably involved in blah, blah, blah. Honey, if I was involved in crime, I would be dead. I guarantee it. I guarantee it. And, and does she look these people up on the internet? Okay, to the person that wanted to know, do I look these people up on the internet? Well, let's preface. Spirit said, Spirit said, close them doors. I said, close them doors. And I pulled out my alphabet cards, and it was like instantaneous. Zoom, boom, 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 boom. I said, well, who's this person? They're like, that's the person that drives the ambulance. Oh, and this is what Spirit told me. The Vietnamese doctor and the Nazi biker who drives the ambulance, they're on the run and did not show up to work today. And I'm going to tell you, the Persian means you're from Iran. That person thinks that they're undetectable. I don't know why God didn't give me that person's last name. Their initials. But, but someone is saying, you probably looked them up on Google. Why would I need to look somebody up on Google when I have psychic abilities? Are you serious? I said the name of someone I know, and God showed me their house. I saw them walking. Well, it's what God wants me to see. I am Google, baby. That's how I see. God shows me things happening all over. How was I able to see things happening in Phuket? I'm not in Phuket. What's wrong with you people? People do not understand. You know why? And part of it is the God-given talent that we have has been demonized. If you touch tarot, you're a witch. Well, yes, I am a witch. Because the word witch means healer. Everything about a woman and her intuition and her sacral energy has been vilified and devalued. But I'm not with the shits, okay? I'm not with the shits. I'm not with the shits. So that's that. I will conclude working with the root chakra for the month of April. For May, we're moving into our second chakra, which is our sacral chakra. Remember, your first three chakras are your money-making chakras. That's where your confidence and your confidence, okay? Your confidence, your creative ideas are generated in the first three chakras. And in order to create, you have to feel safe. Yes? All right. So we're pulling some ritual cards for today, tax day, April the 15th. These are suggestions from Spirit of what you should do with your Rudy, your root chakra. Always don't feel guilt. Don't ever feel guilty for taking some time to do something wonderful for yourself. Please do. Don't feel guilty. Guilty for what? Guilty for what? Spirit says relaxing spot. I don't know. You might go to the spa, or you may decide that you want to go for a walk and contemplate some things. Nothing wrong with that. What? And I said guided imagery. I'm a daydreamer. Daydreaming and I'm thinking of you. Mm, well, yeah. Of course we daydream. Why wouldn't I be a daydreamer? Yesterday, um, I like to travel to Neptune, and I spent a lot of time yesterday on the planet Neptune. I love going there. Yes. Okay. Someone is this is a great way to have the lighting. Good way to have a boundary. Leave them on red. They know. Listen, let me tell you about manipulation. People, they know what they've done, honey. They know, they're fully cognizant of what they've done. They're just hoping, um, they're just hoping that you. They're just hoping. I'm just gonna put it. Do what you want to do. They're just hoping that you will be tolerant of their tomfoolery. This is somebody you walked away from. That's what they're saying. This is someone you walked away from. Then be gone. I don't get it. You were there before. You didn't honor something in the relationship. Somebody says, okay, cool. I see where this is going. But no. I can do it now. I can do it now. That's like giving somebody three or four opportunities to do something. And they don't do it, and you move on, and like, oh, no, I can do it. Yeah, so can he. Oh, you are not playing with this fool. Listen, this could be this. Okay, actually, this is a man who cut this woman off, and now she can't believe, because she keeps sending him those pictures, with the baby oil on her chest, her chesticles. She's like, oh my God, that works with every man. Yes, but he's healed. And he's seen all kinds of breasts in his lifetime. He all right. Shit. And remember, a lot of people out here got that on. It's not the hive. It's the HIV. I'm telling y'all. This person don't care for you. She want money, and she's an op. Okay, I'm gonna keep going with this. Ooh, so this is a man that healed himself. Go ahead, heal, boy. Go ahead. What does she want? Yeah, she wants to be part of your life because she told people that she had you where she wanted you. And also, she put all those charges, we spoke about this, on her credit card. And the girl needs some money. Well, get a job. I don't know, baby. I don't know. Oops. These two came out. You don't even think about this woman. She really thought she had you in the back. You don't even think about this woman. I mean, honestly, I know somebody that I blocked. I don't know, or they got a new number, and I'm like, who? I don't know. Ooh, tell it. And she mad as hell. So she, they do. They have two phones, and she tried to embarrass you, and she had people listening, or she was in a group chat on WhatsApp. I don't know, something, and she's trying to figure out why she's running around, and she's mad because she also wants to know who you're she wants to know who you're with. As long as it's not you, the only thing you need to be cognizant of, it's not you, sweet thing. Well, you're not a sweet thing. She says you're childish because you won't give her money, you won't cash app her, you won't buy her bottles. She actually sent this man, she went to the club with her girls, and she was like, I'm going to send him, tell him I love him, play games. And you totally ignored her. And she ordered bottles in the club. And actually, a lot of people that she's been, look at this, a lot of people that she's been juggling and actually being disrespectful with other people's energy. They are ignoring her. She's a petulant child with STDs and she needs to go to the doctor and heal. Okay. Yeah, you actually, even before her, you were healing. You're no longer dealing with, city girls. You know. Yeah. You want to be comfortable with somebody that actually can wear clothes when you go out. That's what he said. You don't have any underwear in your at home? None at all. Yes. And she's too erratic. Her energy is too erratic, he said. And she said, what erratic? I'm not a rabbit. I can't help myself. She said, I'm not a rabbit. Well, you calling me a rabbit? I'm not an animal. Mm-hmm. And like I said, this man's healed and healing, and you keep going, baby. You keep going. And she doesn't know how to laugh. And her reading proficiency is quite low. He likes to read, and she doesn't own a book. Or ebook. Or, yeah. And he says when the few times that they went out, he was embarrassed. But, yes, it was a French restaurant, but her enunciation and pronunciation of foods was embarrassing. Yeah, well, that's that. That made me laugh. You calling me a rabbit? He says, no, sweetie. He says erratic. And plus, he likes to go camping. And, let's pull 3 love cards. Love notes. Love, yeah. Yes. He realizes that, like all of us, you need to feel, okay, once you heal your root chakra, you feel safe. You move on to your sacral, okay? And you tap into your creativity, you also have to be around people that have healed as well. Yes, you see? The energy goes up. Look at the card. The energy is going up. When you're around people who are unhealed, that energy would go around because they're vampiric. Vampiric means vampires. They're thieves. Look at this. Again, look at that energy. This is a healed person. Congratulations. And he asked, okay, I know what he asked for. Yes. Yes. He sent up a prayer. What's on the bottom? I knew it. He certainly wants to connect with somebody that is also at peace. Of course. But he got time for foolishness. Alright. This is the goddess. Let's see what the goddess says. Which goddesses are with us today? I'll pick 2. The first video, when I start recording on my laptop, which is, the device I'm using, oh my gosh. If I have posted anything they don't like, shadow government, that's how they let me know we're watching you and I know you hack my laptop all the time. Why would I be scared? You know I'm not afraid of you. Why would I be? Ooh, okay. So, past life, bright future, and blossom. So Isis, okay, somebody has Egyptian roots. You are fully coming into the power. You're remembering your past lives, and you're resetting all of your spiritual abilities. Okay, you're coming online, if you will. We have the beautiful energy of Lakshmi. Oh, let's read the bottom. Thank you, Spirit. Oh, Grandma says hello. This situation involves your past life memories. Yes, you're coming online. It's awesome, isn't it? When I remembered that I was a healer, I actually work with Isis quite a bit. Okay, and so Lakshmi, bright future. Stop worrying. Everything is going to be all right. Every little thing is going to be all right. Rise up this morning, smile at the rising sun. Three little birds were by my doorstep. Those are angels. Those are messengers, birds, yes? Blooming. Yeah, blossoming. You are just getting started, my sweet darling. So have patience with yourself and the process and do not give up. Erakura. Look at her. Bursting. A new life. And it fell with this one. So, okay, whatever you ask for is on its way to you because you're deserving of it. And you have a bright, whatever you ask for. Bam. And you have Egyptian blood. You are royal, like myself. Okay. Beautiful, beautiful. Let's put some tarot on it. Let's see. All right, so somebody's blossoming, bright future. On my community posts, someone has an Ace of Pentacles coming their way. Okay, and it's beautiful. Somebody whose heart chakra is activated. All right, activate those chakras. Activate those chakras. Ooh, activate those chakras. Well, there's always somebody sad. Ooh, ooh, well. Yeah. There are a lot of men healing on the planet. Congratulations. What are you? Amazon. Okay. So now that I know, okay, this is Holy Week. I can't, yeah. How is it that Mermaid doesn't know? I had to look it up. I didn't know what Holy Week. Okay. So that's what, oh, so you have Ash Wednesday. Okay, so Palm Sunday starts the Holy Week. I didn't know. So tomorrow is what? You can tell I grew up Catholic. So tomorrow is Ash Wednesday. I never knew. I never knew. I'm a dreamer. Well, I was not paying attention. The first card out is, I told you that woman, somebody's disappointed. And also not, okay, that woman, so this is a man, this is his energy. So somebody's disappointed, the Four of Cups, somebody has been putting something in your cuppies. But there are a lot of men, their mother feels she should control whom he sleeps with. Ew. And they send women to him. They're very much disappointed. They can't, the cycle of them controlling whom you date is over. She wants to control who her sons date and marry. I'm like, ma'am, find you someplace safe to. Okay. Wow. Yes. Four of Cups to Four of Swords. His mother and her cronies have been doing magic on you, sir, since you were a baby. Well, baby. They did not want you to get into to connect with your spiritual team. Yes, your mother and maybe your dad, I assume, are part of a secret society. Oh, heck yeah. And by Good Friday, a lot of y'all gonna get hemmed up. That's a message from God. Yep. And these are the same people that go to church on Easter Sunday. What I tell you, those demons in the church, child. Mm-hmm. Yes. I'm telling you, if you dated someone they didn't like, they did magic on them. Because anyone all of your sister-in-laws are all part of the occult. You're the only one that's not part of the like me. I didn't know. Well, I always knew they were weird, and I didn't really f with them, but like the cousins and stuff, most of the cousins. But I didn't know it was witchcraft. It was just a feeling, and they never, in my opinion, their conversations weren't poignant, and yeah, yes, because you are the chosen one in your family. A mí también. Yes. They've been stealing. They tied a cord, and they have been stealing your your energy. You were the golden. Me too. I was a golden calf. I mean, the cord they tied was done in when we were under the age of 1, and the only way they could tie that cord is by spiritual SA, and I wish them all death. And the power of my tongue is stronger than the power of their demons, which the demons they work for. All right, we'll do one more row. So, Spirit, give me one for 4 cups. So, 4 cups. Yeah, now they're fighting because if they can't have access to your energy that they're feeding to their demon, that means they will be sacrificed. And our modifier card, what I say, they can get eaten up by those demons. The house represents their body. So when you see certain people dying, they're not advertising it, but Spirit tells me, ooh, somebody in that that family, she died. Yeah, your mother did this to you, baby. Not la madre. Yes, she bound you and sacrificed you to a demon. Oh, so she could marry your father. The same old, same old. Same old, same old. What I say? She fed you. You were the sacrifice. Yeah. Yeah, this is how they do it. Eastern Star, Secret Society. Bullshit. What's the modifier on the bottom? But God is stronger than Lucifer. Lucifer works for God. So, okay, 4 wands. Ooh. Okay, 4 wands. We have 9 of pentacles. Yeah, you have your eye on somebody. You got your eyes on somebody. But also, the person, thank you. There's a double meaning because they sent spiritual attacks and physical attacks to an empress who was a 9 of pentacles, so that you would see her in a distorted light instead of seeing her as an angel. Okay, they wanted you to see her upside down. After the spiritual attacks and all the demons they sent to her, and if Serena Williams, when she was still active, when she walks on the court and when she leaves the court, you look different because you've just played a 3-hour match, whatever, it's the same. It's a whole thing when you put yourself together and you go out versus when you just, dash out of the house to buy groceries and you see somebody, you're like, damn. I will talk to you. I don't even care. Right. They preferred for you to be with somebody who would cheat on you, break your heart, and make it harder for you to go to that empress. This is what your mother and your father wanted for you, my love. Yeah, but through scrying, and they were poisoning you too. They're binding you and poisoning you, and and your mother was helping a woman do sex magic on you. I won't go into that. That's disgusting. I'm not going there. But as we can see, 9 of Pentacles to the 4 of, you persevered. You persevered, and Spirit said that you have incorporated your celestial powers, my friend. And yes, I know there's a woman on the card because these are goddess cards, but remember, we're to balance our feminine and our male energies. And this is a beautiful new beginning for you. And oh yeah, Ten of Pentacles. Yes, that's with your divine counterpart. Okay, that's your modifier right there. I like it. That's the modifying card right there. Final card for and Knight of Pentacles is it's one of the slowest moving knights in the deck, but when he shows up, it is the most solid offer. So to me, even though somebody's, we have the four suits, we have cups, pentacles, swords, and wands. I consider this one a king because he's more solid than some of the kings, okay? And so this also means that you're younger than the woman that you're attracted to. But listen, I'm here. This is the song I'm hearing. Baby, I'm ready to give you all of my love. What? Give me one for the Knight of Pentacles, please. Our final card. Okay, and it always comes back to it. This man is wealthy in spirit and everything else. Okay, final card. Yeah. He made a judgment call to be happy. That's what I'm talking about. I know some of us, we control what happens in our lives. No one else. I'm telling you. Yes, and you walked away from your family for good. Yeah, I love it. Isn't this beautiful? That's absolutely beautiful. I love this message. I wanted to let you know the difference between, having psychic abilities and also mediumship. Oh, and in that same vein, I should do another video about it. A bunch of spirits, good ones, they've just been rushing up here. Mermaid, tell my sister this, tell my husband that, I said, listen here, you guys are not turning my home into the Ghostbusters movie. Absolutely not. No, I'm not giving any. Do I look like an owl to you? They're like, no, but oh, they're like, oh, everybody said, yeah. There's some fake ones out there. They're like, but you're the real one. I'm like, I'm not an owl. I did not advertise in the spirit world that I am willing to give messages. Mermaid, yeah, hey, can you, no, I cannot, hey, and you're not allowed to do that anyway. There's a list you have to get on the list, and God will let me know, and God is the one, how this works, at least for me, I can't speak for anyone else. They will say, okay, give a message, like today I will give a message for someone, because they've earned it. You have to do the work, or God has to decide, or Jesus has to decide if you're worthy. Okay? This has been an interesting one. Oh my gosh. If you haven't done your taxes, please do your taxes. Do your taxes, guys. I will see you on the next video.